Have you ever wondered if your life has a greater purpose? Have you ever felt like there's something bigger than yourself guiding you towards your future? If so, then you might be experiencing the powerful signs that God is directing your destiny. But how do you know for sure? How can you decipher the signals from the universe versus mere coincidence? The answer lies within these 7 powerful signs that will help you understand and trust that God is indeed directing your path. Firstly, have you noticed a recurring theme or pattern in your life? Perhaps you keep encountering similar situations, people, or opportunities that seem too unlikely to be mere chance. This could be a sign that God is trying to tell you something, to guide you towards a specific direction. Maybe you've been ignoring the message, or perhaps you haven't recognized it yet. Either way, pay attention to these patterns because they might hold the key to unlocking your true potential. Secondly, have you experienced moments of synchronicity where everything seems to fall into place almost magically? You know those times when you're thinking about someone and suddenly they call or text you out of the blue, or when you're struggling with a problem and suddenly the solution appears as if by magic. These are not just lucky breaks. They're signs that God is working behind the scenes to orchestrate events in your favor. Thirdly, have you noticed a persistent feeling of peace or excitement about a particular decision or path? When God is guiding you, He often gives us a sense of inner peace, even in the midst of uncertainty or chaos. It's as if He's telling us, "Don't worry, I've got this." On the other hand, if you feel a knot in your stomach or a sense of unease, it may be a sign that you're heading in the wrong direction. Trust your instincts and listen to that still small voice within. Fourthly, have you encountered people who have come into your life unexpectedly but have had a profound impact on your journey? Sometimes God sends us angels in disguise, people who provide guidance, support, or encouragement exactly when we need it most. They may offer valuable advice, introduce us to new opportunities, or simply be a listening ear when we need someone to talk to. Be open to receiving help from others and recognize that these individuals might be part of God's plan for your life. Fifthly, have you experienced moments of divine intervention where circumstances seemed impossible but somehow worked out anyway? Maybe you were facing a deadline and miraculously an extension was granted. Or perhaps you needed financial assistance and suddenly a check arrived in the mail. These miracles are not just random acts of kindness. They're evidence that God is actively involved in our lives. Sixthly, have you found yourself in situations that require skills or talents you didn't know you possessed? Maybe you were asked to give a presentation, and surprisingly, you nailed it. Or perhaps you discovered a hidden talent for painting or music. These gifts are not just accidental. They're manifestations of God's grace and provision. Embrace them, develop them, and use them to glorify Him. Lastly, have you sensed a deep connection with God, as if He's right there beside you, guiding and comforting you every step of the way? This is perhaps the most powerful sign of all, the assurance that we're never alone, that God is always with us through thick and thin. When we invite Him into our lives, He becomes our constant companion, offering wisdom, strength, and hope whenever we need it. In conclusion, my dear friends, don't doubt the power of God's guidance in your life. Recognize these signs, embrace them, and trust that He's leading you towards a bright future filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Remember, His plans for us are good, not harm, to prosper us, not to condemn us. So let go of fear, release control, and allow God to direct your destiny. May His love and grace surround you always.